my little yarnivores and spiderettes, Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial for you. And today I'm going to show you how to crochet this really lovely lacy pineapple shawl. Yes, had so much fun with this. Couldn't wait to share it with you guys. Chances are it's going to be a multi-part tutorial because you guys know I want to be thorough and I love spending time with you guys. So this was quite a piece. Now, one of the shawls that I had made utilizing this same type of pattern, I don't know if this specific one has the same measurements, but I have my notes right here. About 88 inches wide by about 40 inches high. So this is a substantial shawl, and I only used 1 pound of love. So it is quite a piece. Now, this particular colorway is Pound of Love in the colorway of Pink Salt, if I'm not mistaken. And today we're going to be using Pound of Love in the colorway of Thistle. It's such a gorgeous purple. By the way, this video is not sponsored, but if you want to duplicate the results, you can. You can, of course, use whatever. I would suggest a worsted weight or perhaps even a weight of 3 yarn. Definitely really like how this came out. And I used a size, focus please, thank you, a size I 5.5 millimeter hook. Again, use what works best for you. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, to begin at the beginning of row 1, start by doing our slip knot and a chaining of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip stitch to the first chain to create a ring. Chain up 3 and double crochet into the ring. Now that first chaining up of 3 does count as a double crochet, and so we've got 2 double crochets. We need a total of 12 separated by chain 1 spaces. So we have our first group, chain 1, 2 doubles into the ring. So we've got 2 groups, chain 1, 2 double crochets into the ring. Three groups, chain 1, 2 double crochets into the ring. Chain 1, 2 double crochets into the ring. So we have, let's see, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, we just need one more group. So chain 1 and 2 more doubles into that ring. There we go. So we have 12 double crochets in groups of 2 separated by chain 1 spaces, and that is actually row 1. Alrighty. Okay, row 2. Start by chaining up 3. Turn the work, and we're going to work into this chain 1 space here, this first chain 1 space with 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And that really is how you begin pretty much every row and finish every row. So we're essentially going to call those clusters. Okay, so into this chain 1 space, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles for our cluster. And we're going to be doing a lot of them. So 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay, so from here, chain 2, then into the next chain 1 space, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet into the same space, and that is our first half. Now, this is our center spine here. So from here, chain 2, and into the center spine, we need another cluster. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. So like I said, this is the center spine, and this is 1/2 of our shawl base. And so then for the sake of symmetry, chain 2 into this next chain 1 space, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 2, and then into the last chain 1 space, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. And there we go. That is the end of row 2. Okie dokie. Okay, row 3. Going to start off just as we did before. Chain up 3. Turn the work into that first chain 1 space, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, okay, chain 2. Now, skipping this chain 2 space here, this chain 3 space, this is what we need to work in. 10 double crochets, and that's going to be the basis of our pineapple. So, into the chain 3 space, we've got 1 double, 2, I missed my plies. Okay, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, yes, it does look a little bit crowded, but it will work itself out. Okay, so from the 10 doubles, chain 2, and then into the center spine, into that chain 1 space, once again, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. Okay, so that's the first half. The second half, again, with symmetry, and that's pretty much, going to follow suit for the rest of the pattern. Whatever we do with 1/2, we are going to do with the second half. Now, initially, yes, I'm going to go through the entire row, but as we go on and you sort of get a feel for what it is that we're doing, I might very well do just half because the second half is the exact same thing. So from here, chain 2 into the chain 3 space, 10 doubles, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. Okay. And then chain 2 And into this last chain 1 space right here, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. There we go. By the way, before I go any further, I know I'm going to get this question asked. No, I do not have a written pattern for this, so I'm going to nip that in the bud right there. But let's continue on with row 4. Alrighty. Okay, row 4. Start by chaining up 3 and turning our work into the chain 1 space, a cluster. So 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, if I can manage it. There we go. Aha. Okay, so I got my cluster in the cluster. Now we need to expand this fan of 10 double crochets. So to get there first, chain 2, and then we're going to separate our double crochets with chain 1 spaces. That's going to be the increase. So into the double crochet, do a double crochet, chain 1, double into the next double, and so on and so forth. Just chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and so forth for each of the 10 double crochets from the previous row. So it sort of fans them out a little bit, gives them some breathing room. Okay. This last little one right here. There we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, awesome. Okay. Then chain 2, cluster into the center spine cluster. So, yeah, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. There we go. Chain 2, and do the same process of fanning these double crochets out with double crochet in the stitch, chain 1, double into the next double, and so on and so forth, all the way across this set of 10. There we go. Two more to go. If I counted correctly, and I would like to think that I did. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Great. Okay. Pull out just a little bit more yarn. Also, by the way, yes, I have done pineapple projects before. I believe I did a blanket once. I have done some shawls before. This is a variation of it, and I really like this one. In fact, I think I like this better than the ones that I've done previously. So after our last double crochet, chain 2, and then into this chain 1 space, cluster in the cluster. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay, so let's do this justice and lay it out so that you can get an idea what your piece should look like at this point, roughly speaking. Gorgeous. Now, obviously, the piece does have this rather weird angle going on, but that's because we haven't started our second set of pineapples, and that will actually bring this edge up like this more so. So yeah, initially it does look like, oh, I'm going to end up with a crescent type shawl. No, actually, it does lay a lot more flat. Okay, so do not be concerned about that. I know it looks a little off-putting initially if you want a nice flat edge to the top of your shawl, but not to worry. I want to allay your fears. Okay, so let's go on to row 5. Right, row 5. It's going to be a little bit easier, I think. This is personal opinion on this row. So start again, chain up 3, turn the work, cluster in the chain 1 space, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, okay, now previously we had been doing chain 2s. Well, this row we are going to be doing chains of 3. So 1, 2, 3 after the cluster, and single crochet into that chain 1 space. So skipping over this chain 2 into the chain 1 space with a single crochet. And this is where the fun part starts. At least I think it's the fun part of the pineapples. So chain 3, single into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, and so on and so forth for the rest of the chain 1 spaces. So chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. We got one more, chain 3, and single crochet. Now, do not do a chain 3 and single crochet into this chain 2 space. No, 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 that will mess up your count. So at this point, you only want how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these little these little bumps. You know, they're not quite picots, but they are little bumps. So you only want 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then from here, chain 3, and we need a cluster in the center spine cluster. So 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles, chain 3, and then we're going to do the same thing with this fan, this pineapple. All right, so I did my chaining of 3, single crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 3, single into the next space, chain 3, and single. Yeah, come on, chain 3, and single, chain 3, 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 single, and then chain 3, and do not single into this chain 2 space. We're going to go into this chain 1 space over here with our last cluster. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. Okay, and that is the end of row 5. It's starting to come to a bit more fruition, and it will even more so as we keep going. So guess what? We're going to keep going. All right. Okay, row 6. Chain 3, turn the work, and into that chain 1 space, you should know what to do now, right? 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay. Chain 3. Now into not this chain 3 space, but into this little bit of a chain 3 space right here, one of the little chain 3 arches, single crochet, chain 3, single into the next one, chain 3, single into the next, 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 and so on and so forth. See, I like this part. Nice and easy. Okay, so we have reached the end of the road. Now, at this point, you should have how many little boops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 boops. That's what I'm calling them, little boop loops. All right, so I did my chain 3 at the end here because we need to get to the center spine. And into there, we need to do another cluster into that chain 1 space. So 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. And then we have this side where we need, again, 7 boop loops. So chain 3 and into that little loop there, single crochet, chain 3, single into the next, and so forth. And then at the end, chain 3 and cluster into the chain 1 space of the cluster with 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. Okie dokie. And that is the end of row 6. Now, yes, this does look rather wavy, but again, when we keep going, this will pinch together and shrink it up a little bit. Because yes, right now it looks like, Craig, are you misleading us? No, it will actually splay out like this more as we keep going. So again, don't worry. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. All right, we shall keep going on with row 7. Okay. Okay, so at this point, we need to increase at the ends, this side and the other opposite side, and in the middle at the spine, because we're getting to the point where this middle, this pineapple here, it's going to start shrinking. So we need to start working on creating our new pineapples. So for row 7, chain up 3, turn the work, And into this chain one space, we are going to do a cluster, but with an additional little grouping of 2. So chain up 3, and so we've got 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. So we need a total of 6 doubles at the end here. Okay. Then, continuing along our pineapple in the normal fashion, chain 3, single into the first loop boop, or boop loop, whichever you prefer. Chain 3, single into the next, 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 chain 3, and single into that last one, like so. Okay, so we've reached the center spine, so chain 3. Now, on the end, we only needed 6 in total. In the center spine, we need 8 in total. So after doing our single crochet and chaining of a 3 into that chain 1 space, we've got 1, 2, chain 1, 3, 4, chain 1, 5, and 6, chain 1, 7, and 8. And yes, I know it looks really crowded, ridiculously so, but it will work because we need to branch out here and branch out here and still maintain our center spine. That is the reason why. So from here, continuing on this way, as per usual, chain 3, single in that next little boop loop, chain 3, single in the next, and so forth. Single, chain 3, and single, chain 3, and single, just like my relationship status. Sorry, had to say it. Okay, and then chain 3, and all right, so we've reached the cluster at the end. So again, we need to increase this one to a total of 6 doubles. So into that chain 1 space, 1 and 2, chain 1, 3, and 4, chain 1, 5, and 6. Okay. So that is the end of row 7. I love this so very much. I know I always gush, but I can't contain myself. I love this stuff. Alrighty. So let us continue with row 8. All right. Okay, row 8. Our ends and our center spine are really going to burgeon outwards, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So start by chaining up 3. Turn the work. And into this first chain one space, we need a cluster. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. Okay, and we do need a cluster in this space here, but we need to separate them. So chain 3, and then into this next chain 1 space, cluster. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay, now this right here is actually essentially what we did right around here, but we haven't done the grouping yet, but we shall. All right, so we're getting there. So we have our 2 clusters there, and from here we are going to continue on with our pineapple in the same fashion as we have been doing it thus far. So chain 3 and single into that first boop loop, chain 3, single into the next loop, chain 3, single into the next loop, and so on and so forth. And at this point, you should have how many loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so from here, chain 3. Okay, into the first chain stitch space there, we need a cluster. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, okay, chain 3, and then into the next chain 1 space, we need another cluster, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, chain 3, and then into that last chain space, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. So we've got 3 clusters separated by chain 3 spaces. All right. And then, following suit with what we have been doing already, chain 3, and into that chain 3 loop right here, single crochet, chain 3, single into the next, and so on and so forth. You just always need to be careful that you don't inadvertently do your chain 3 and then a single into this space here. No, you don't want that. So I do need to chain 3 though, and then we need our 2 clusters, one into this chain space and then one into this chain space. So let's do the first one. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, okay, chain 3, and then into the next chain 1 space, 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. And there you go. Now, admittedly, yes, it still hasn't gotten to that sweet spot yet. That point where the bottom edge comes up and levels itself out yet, because, like I said, these two pineapples, they have not been sort of pinched closed. So, but that will happen. So let's give you a nice little overview here. I love the laciness, I love the symmetry, and it makes me think of ancient architecture in a way. I just love it. Okay, so that was row 8. All right, my dears, so that concludes the first part of this crochet along series. I really hope you're enjoying it. Now, in the next part, we are going to go into making pineapples at this end and at this end in these loops here, as well as this loop and this loop over here, while at the same time decreasing the pineapples in the middle. And it is through that repeat that you can make this project as large as you want to. Absolutely love it. And so, if you enjoyed this so far, please do give a little thumbs up button down below. Timestamps, of course, will be in the description box, as well as other links that you might find helpful. And until next time, you know what to do. I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and please stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in part 2 of this tutorial. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.